Hello guys, Wizard here bringing you another Total War Warhammer replay with commentary. For today's battle we have the forces of Dark Elves who are being led by Malekith, the Witch King, on top of his Cold One of my favorite legendary lords in the Dark Elf roster and overall in game. And we're going against our mortal enemies, the High Elves, who have an interesting army as well. We have Eltharion the Grim on top of his horse, a pick that, a legendary lord that you usually don't see, especially on top of his horse, if I'm not mistaken. I've picked him on top of his griffin sometimes, but on horse, yeah, not so much. I have a build with it. If you guys would like, I would love to show it to you, guys. But yeah, he can be useful, but still not the best and most competitive lord to pick. So let's just jump into the army composition and see what we have here. So if you take a look at the numbers here, I have more than my opponent by around 2 to 250 models here, both cav and infantry probably. So let's see. For my front line, I have a lot of chaff. I think I have 4 Bleak Swords, 2 Black Orc Corsairs. In most matchups against High Elves or against Empire, you're gonna get overwhelmed by the chaff. My opponent didn't go for chaff this game. He went for more higher tier infantry. We have 2 swords, Swordmaster of Hoeth. So it's not a bad idea to bring a decent core and just put in some anti-infantry there, as you need them to be able to kill the infantry. You need a lot of cav as well, so I went for 3 Cold One Knights, a decent cav units. They can fight with units that, I have 2, never mind. I thought I have 3, but I have 2, which might be a bit too low, but yeah, I have other contingencies in the works. I have other plans to deal with the cav units. So yeah, 2 Cold One Knights, 3 Dark Riders. I think all of them have shield. Yeah, and here we have Scourgeoner Chariots, another unit that you actually need right now because of their anti-large armor piercing missile strength. That's pretty good, but I was thinking that I need something like a chariot with anti-infantry to deal with the chaff units. Otherwise I'm gonna get overwhelmed at the end of the battle. So I think that's it for my army. I have a Knight Assassin here. He's a pretty strong lord with his debuff, trophy head, and the Web of Shadows is also pretty good against cav units. So I'm trying to balance an anti-infantry and anti-large army, especially against cav. His stats are decent. This is not the assassin. He has decent stats, and the range power is great as well. I have 2 casters, as you guys saw there. I have Malekith and I have Sorcerer of Death with just Spirit Leech and Life Leeching to get rid of the cav units. You'll see in a moment why. Malekith with Gaze of Malice, as I said, you need everything you can get for dealing with the chaff and the infantry. Gaze of Malice does that pretty well, and Soul Stealer, which is overall really strong spell. So let's start the battle in slow motion and see what our opponent has. As I said, he has 2 units of Swordmasters of Hoeth. I usually bring 1. Sometimes they're pretty good. We have Pure Main Company, White Lions of Trace, Regiment of Renown, looking awesome, Roman style, with their awesome helms. We have 2 Rangers as well. One of the reasons you need anti-infantry against High Elves, and 3 units of Elurian River Archers with some chevrons on them. These guys are pretty strong as well. My opponent went for 2 Nobles on foot, which I don't remember seeing ever, but yeah, if your infantry is fast, if you have fast cav units, you can catch units in place and start stabbing them with the halberds. And for the general of the army, we have Eltharion. Let's see what spells he decided to bring. We have Fang Sword of Eltharion, Tempest here, Soul Quench, Hand of Glory, and Apotheosis. A lot of spells. I usually don't bring this many. Usually 2 is enough, but yeah, my opponent decided to go for that. So the skirmish has already started. My Scourge Runners are shooting the Illyrian Reavers here. A Soul Quench going down, doing a decent amount of damage. That was 10% of my sorcerer spell. Now we use Spirit Leech. If you guys don't know, Spirit Leech kills 7 model of Dragon Princess. That includes Fireborn as well. Malekith, even though he's going pretty deep, it's because he's pretty tanky, and I'm not too worried about this fight. But I thought I have Soul Stealer as well, so yeah, I didn't. That's a mistake. I used my Spirit Leech. Now I don't have enough Winds of Magic, but overall we're not getting punished too bad. But right here I got enough Winds of Magic to cast Spirit Leech. Fortunately, we were able to hit Eltharion as well. So before that side of the battle concludes, let's take a look at this side. So my infantry, not surprisingly, got wrecked, especially the Bleak Swords. Both of them are done. The Rangers, Pure Main Company, and the Nobles have support from Illyrian Reavers as well. These poor Bleak Swords are getting shot at as well. I don't think my Black Orc Corsair are gonna survive much longer. They have anti-large, anti-infantry. At this side, I forgot to move my these 2 chaffs because I was moving the other units to the back of the army. But yeah, let's go for the normal speed here. My opponent using as healing here, and now at this part I saw the Swordmasters coming out of the forest as well. But it doesn't look too bad. I still have Gaze of Cain. Let's see the damage here. That was a really nice one. That was a lot of damage. And with the Web of Shadows, I hoped I would catch Swordmasters of Hoeth as well, this unit. But yeah, overall, we caught some decent units here. So my Sorcerer is also joining the fight because I have some support. I'm just trying to get some of these Fireborn off the battlefield. But my opponent, winning the left flank, is moving his high tier Pure Main Company. And this side I have some Bleak Swords here, some Black Orc Corsairs, but overall I don't think they're gonna be able to win against Swordmasters and the White Lions here. And Eltharion is going after the Sorcerer pretty hard. She's taking a lot of damage. I mean, my opponent doesn't have the highest amount of cav units, but still I'd rather not lose my caster needlessly. So now I'm bringing my reserve units, quotation, in. We're gonna get some charge into these infantry, but still on the other side it doesn't look too good. My Black Orc Corsairs are getting slaughtered. The Bleak Swords are giving some cover to Malekith, Khainite Assassin, and caster, my caster, but still not the best. And here let's just look at this glorious charge from my Scourge and Chariots. They're not gonna do this well against other factions, but if you guys paid attention, they did a lot of damage there, and you actually need that because as I said, factions with a lot of chaff units are gonna cause a lot of problems for you. The High Elves didn't used to be like that, but with the Rangers and if they bring their spearmen, they're gonna have a lot of numbers, and they're gonna have a lot of chaff with archers, and they're gonna cause a lot of problems. So you need these anti-infantry units to deal with them. So let's continue the battle and see what's going on here. So we were able to deal with these high tier infantry. The Fireborns have 8 models. I have some anti-large to deal with them, so I'm not too worried about them. Khainite Assassin is shooting Eltharion whenever he gets a chance. One of the reasons this character, this hero, is really good is because of that. He gets obstructed sometimes, but nothing you can do about that. He just comes on foot. The chariots are now more in the close combat, close quarters. They're trying to get their charge whenever they can, hold the units in place, and yeah. So overall, looks like the troop counts are pretty close. Interestingly enough, I lost a lot of units, more than my opponent, but still I have the more unit count here. Some Dark Riders here, some units are waiting here as well, who probably routed but rallied, and I haven't still noticed them. Where's Malekith? I was waiting for my Winds of Magic to come back because he took some damage, and this is a really scary blob right now. Swordmasters, Noble, and Eltharion. He still has his healing. Right now, I don't want to get hit by anti-large unit, but we got enough Winds of Magic to cast a really juicy Soul Stealer here. We got Eltharion, 2 Nobles, and these Swordmasters as well. Now I'm gonna go for a charge, but immediately want to run away. I think I used, no, never mind. I haven't used the trophy heads yet as well. But yeah, that was a really good one. We healed, we did a lot of damage, and look at this. A lot of my units are coming back, and my opponent doesn't have the mass to hold them in place anymore. And yeah, Scourge and Chariots can deal with these nobles if I just cycle charge them. I have 2 Dark Riders, one of them is too healthy as well. So Assassin's Trophy going down. The Sorcerer is joining the fight. Eltharion also getting sandwiched between Malekith and the Sorcerer. So that's going to be it for my battle and my opponent. Pretty nice fight, really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna talk about what builds I had more problem against, especially against High Elves. I'm gonna upload the High Elf battle for sure. I hope my opponent picks Dark Elves, but yeah, there are so many viable armies you can pick against Dark Elves as High Elves, and yeah, we'll talk about it in a minute. So let's see. Really high damage value on Malekith. Really happy about his performance. He was fighting Eltharion, which is pretty expensive. Each time you hit him, you're gonna get a lot of value there. The Soul Stealers were on point. Not patting myself on the back, but we got some pretty decent Soul Stealer. The second one was pretty good as well. The second one was decent. We got Eltharion and Fireborn. So yeah, the caster did fine. I mean, I don't know. You need a balance between anti-large and anti-infantry, and you need fast-moving units. So that's why I brought the Spirit Leech. I think it did fine. Each cast does around 200 gold damage value. So that's pretty nice. The K-Knight Assassin, wow, that's pretty nice. He costs around 800 to 900, so he did pay for himself and then some. Pretty happy about that. The infantry, let's see, not doing the best. One of them did pretty good, paying for itself. The one of the Black Oak Corsairs also did fine. Maybe these guys were the ones who got a side charge into Swordmasters when their murderous prowess was popped. The Dark Riders are also doing fine. One of them, the other 2 not so much. And yeah, look at this beautiful Scourge and Chariots, MVP for sure. They were shooting at the Illyrian Reavers for sometimes. They changed targets to higher tier infantry, and I think Fireborn and Eltharion. So pretty happy about that. Let's see, Eltharion not doing the best. The Nobles not doing too well. Interesting enough, Swordmasters did okay. I mean, they got wrecked, but one of them pretty much paid for themselves. The other one was pretty close. The Pureman Company, I don't know. These Rangers did fine. These ones did good as well. So a lot of decent and cost-effective trades for my opponent, and Fireborn did fine. So overall, I think the build that I would have had a lot of problems, and I was banking to face that kind of army, was 5 Rangers, maybe 2 to 4 Spearmen as well, some Archers, some Illyrian Reavers, not Illyrian Reavers, the ones with the shield and range attacks. how can I forget their name? Jesus. The spearmen who have access to bows. Yeah, those guys. Those guys would have done really well. Techless would have been a better pick. The Illyrian Rivers, I don't have any problems with. They cause a lot of problems if your opponent doesn't bring Scourgeoners. Even if they do, I don't think the trade is going to be that good. Firebone are always good, but right here, because they were alone, they didn't have any other high tier cav units, I just focused them down and brought them down. But yeah, that army would have done better. There's another army I'm gonna try out for sure and upload for you guys if I get the chance to do so. And yeah, if I get to play Dark Elves, I'm gonna pick High Elves, and and I'm gonna upload that battle for sure. So that's it for this battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you guys consider leaving a like and subscribing. And I have a Discord server if you guys want to join. We can talk about Warhammer 3, other stuff. You can send me replays to cast, or you can send me armies to try out. Yeah, the link is in the description. Click on it, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. So that's it. Catch you all later. Bye.